I'm not sugarcoating or filtering anymore. This country needs some serious change. And it has been long overdue for many decades. And we all know exactly what I'm talking about. The greed, the corruption, the lies, not caring about people, people's mental health declining, physical health declining, emotional health. So many people at the freaking brink, working their asses off, having no time to themselves. Relationships are suffering. Families are suffering. Everybody is having a hard time. Pretty much everybody. Healthcare isn't there. Education isn't there like it should be. Support for kids, for families isn't there. We all know what's going on. I don't need to go through the whole list. And so, given that, how are we going to change? How are we going to change this country and change this system? And a lot of people think, oh, these things have to change. These programs have to change. The government has to change. My argument is that we have to start with ourselves. How do we expect these systems to change or to move if we ourselves are not changing individually inside? And we have to realize that's a perpetuating, self-feeding system, but that we contribute to it as well. We have to look at ourselves and how we are contributing to it. Because my honest opinion is that if we were to change it, we would have to have a lot more people slowing down, taking time with themselves, really slowing down and connecting with other people, us discussing what's really going on, us discussing how we're feeling inside, us sitting with ourselves and really deeply exploring our own shit and our own fears or our own greed or our own problems and struggles in life, addictions, things like that. Meditating more, sitting with our minds more, sitting with our internal world and understanding it more, our subconscious beliefs, the things we've been ingrained since we've been born, all these narratives and stories in our heads. But we can't, a lot of us struggle to do that because of the society that we're in and the hustle culture. And we have to work 40 hours, 2 jobs, 60 hours, 70 hours, 80 hours. We have families to take care of, kids to take care of, all of this stuff. We have to be able to afford everything. It's go, 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 hustle, hustle, hustle all the time. See how it's self-feeding? That if we have so many people who are doing that and just grinding and just trying to survive, like it's almost by design, that by doing that, that people won't have the time and the space to liberate themselves internally, which would then lead to maybe some coming together and liberation externally. Isn't that kind of funny? How that kind of just happens to line up. And there's certain people who just keep benefiting from the system the way it is. And it just keeps going up. It's not really coming down. It just keeps going one direction for the most part. The vast majority of it. And we already all know this. And so what I see as the vision is that we individually have to take up the mantle. And I know it is hard. I know it is difficult. I know people are already struggling. We need to be there for one another, and we need to help each other during this time, during these next years, really, if we're going to build what we need to build in order to make the changes we need to make. And in my opinion, what I'm focusing on right now, what I feel like is that people need help. So I'm going to do what I can to help people. I've gone through so much, I've struggled so much, and I couldn't do bigger things because of the stuff I went through personally. And I've come out of that, and I've learned so much, and I've gained so much, and I know there's so many others who could use that help and use that guidance and support. And so I'm going to find a way to do that and make it sustainable in order for me to make, just enough money to survive. I'm not trying to become a super rich person. I don't really care about material things. I don't care about having a boat or a yacht or a big house. Like, I don't give a shit about any of that. Materialism, I don't really care. I just want to be able to survive so that I can keep going to help more people and liberate more people, because I feel like that is truly the foundation. That if we do not liberate ourselves, there's no way we're going to be able to liberate on a bigger scale of our communities, our cities, our states, and our country. Yet I believe that if everyone was able to have the space and time to really sit, to cut off distractions, turn off the TV, turn off all the bullshit, stop buying so much stuff, save our money, save our resources, save our mental energy, go outside more, sit in nature, go outside and connect with people in person, connect online more, whatever, and just have that space and time and take our space and time back for ourselves. I know for a lot of us it is limited. Like I was saying, the system wants that. The system wants our time limited. The system wants us distracted. The system wants us talking about celebrities or busy with social media or worried about the news and fearful about the news. Because what does all that do? It clouds us, it fills us up to where we don't have the time and space to create space within ourselves, to look within and figure out what's going on within, connect deeper within. And then we can have more clarity on what's actually going on within us, around others. We can have more compassion, kindness, and love because we're tapping in with ourselves. We can tap in with other people. It's disconnecting. That's exactly what a system like that would want in order to perpetuate itself. And so what I'm going to be trying to do in the coming months and coming years is do what I've always been strongest at in my life, and now I'm really going to make it my main mission, is to help people, to be there, to talk, to listen, to coach, to guide the best way that I can. I know I'm going to learn a lot as well. It's always an exchange. Whenever there's teaching and learning, it always goes both ways. And so that's what I'm going to focus on, because that's what I've been focused on and I struggled with and I had to figure all this shit out myself. I didn't have a guide. I didn't have a coach. I didn't have a friend who was helping me through these things. But this is what we really all need, not just for the larger society, but just for ourselves, for our own happiness, for our own fulfillment, for our own peace, so that we can sit in a place of space and calm and not be so anxious and not be so overwhelmed and not have all this physical illness and mental illness and emotional struggles and relationship problems and spiritual stuff. All this stuff is connected, guys. There are causes for all of this. And it starts with every single individual one of us. That's what this society is made of, is it's made of individuals. That's what creates this larger society. And that's what allows the society to keep perpetuating the way it is. And so I'm going to do what I can in the coming months and the coming years to help people, to guide people spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically. We need healing. We need healing, and I'm a healer. And that's what I'm going to do. That is my commitment to you and to this country and to this world. I realize that that's my path. I realize that that's what is needed most right now by so many people. I needed it. And I healed myself and I helped myself. But it was a struggle, and it was a hard journey, and other people don't need to do it alone. And so I'm going to help who I can help in the meantime. I'm going to figure out where that goes. But the ultimate vision is that's going to build into something that changes this country and that changes the world. I think it starts with every single individual one of us. And I believe that to the core of my being, because I've seen it, I have felt it, and I know that is the path, and that is the way. So that's what we need to do, guys. That's what we need to do.